Welcome back, everyone. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites. Welcoming you to the Q&A portion of our Sunday conference, our Morgellons Get Your Life Back program. Again, to be on board with the governmental agencies, let me briefly say that the FDA and AMA require me to inform you of several things. Number one, before you start the King diet or accept any of our recommendations for health and immune functioning, that you discuss them thoroughly with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems. We are not trained medically, so therefore the only people who can legally diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease are trained, licensed medical personnel, of which we are not. So we will not diagnose you, treat you, cure you, or mitigate any disease. However, we can educate you how to use the King diet to work for you, how to clean the organisms out of your body by bathing, and how to clean them out of your environment, and how to build health and immune functioning. Okay, we had our first portion of the program was devoted to pheromones, and our co-host, Mary, also our guest, had shared how she used them in her life, and there are a few people who have some questions of her. So let's open the line. Who's first, Chris?
Yeah, my question is, can one apply the pheromone oil on one's scalp and neck and also under the eyes? Because they seem to focus on that area of my body more so.
What do you say, Mary?
Well, I'll tell you this, Anna, that they don't work on the scalp. You know, the scalp, it's a special situation with the oils in your hair, and it just doesn't work on the scalp. You can do it under your eyes and anywhere on your skin.
Yeah, so in other words, it's not going to hurt under my eyes, but it works. What I hear you saying, it works mainly for springtails, right?
It works for springtails and mites, but for some reason, not with the Demodex mites, but I am finding that unrefined coconut oil with either tea tree or clove in it, and you got to be careful because it can burn your skin, but what burns us burns them. That really is killing them.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Who's next, Chris?
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, everyone. Real quick on the eyes. Just I've been going through this for like 4 years, but I found organic. What is that oil that everybody? Oh my gosh, my mom told me to get it. It's real old. It's real thick. Oh my God, I can't think of this. Castor oil. I'm sorry, castor oil. Yes, and I found my face has never been clearer, but you have to do the silver in your eyes constantly, and then I notice even if I sleep too long, I have to get up and have all this. It's a nightmare, but that seems to work. But the question I had about the pheromones for you is, I'm sorry, I must have missed. I'm not on calls that often because I can't do the diet, and I know we're really not supposed to participate if we're not on the diet. So I did not hear, where do you get, is Richard selling the pheromones?
Yeah, they're in the store. There was an update that went out this morning about them, so you can click on the link, or you just go to the store and search for them.
If you're not on the diet, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem with you being on the diet?
Well, let's put it this way: I'm like 90% on the diet, but right around the time I found you guys, I had already gotten rid of so many things. Like, I don't eat meat, and it's really difficult for me to do this. Like, I'm hungry as it is, and I just eat vegetables and fruit mostly.
Well, what keeps you from being on this diet?
Because it's all mostly meat. Like, that's what would fill you up, and I don't eat any of that. That's the problem.
Why? There's fish, there's scallops, there's crabs, there's all kinds of seafood. What's the problem with meat?
I could eat a little bit of seafood. I mean,
So,
I just don't eat meat.
Yeah.
Now I'm just disgusted
I
by
mean,
it.
the parasites don't care about your beliefs. In fact, I think you can actually soak beans and lentils overnight and have them as well.
Oh yeah, I do eat beans.
But you need to keep a diary and to see if you're reacting. You know, when you make this diet work, your beliefs go out the window. I mean, who would rather wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and itching and go like crazy rather than have what's on the diet? And you know, it's protein. It's good.
Also, as far as what I'm eating, and looked at the diet at the same time, I was already not eating most of what we're not supposed to eat in phase 1.
Well, that's good.
I eat like 90% of your phase 1 diet all the time, and I don't have terrible itching and all that. Like mine has gone from 100 down to like 30.
Well, then the pheromones may help. The pheromones may help make it better. Then, okay, that's good.
Right, and one quick thing about the pheromones. Also, one more quick question. Sorry. So I also noticed, like, if I go outside, let's say in general, and I sit next to like my brother or something, like usually it's a man, I will get eaten alive by any bug, any mosquito, anything that's outside. They come to me like crazy. Is this pheromone oil supposed to help with that? Because I don't go outside because...
Well, we don't have enough experience to answer that question. Do you have any idea, Mary?
I don't know. Like Richard said, I can't give you a lot of experience. I do know that flies still seem to be attracted to me, but not mites, not fleas, not mosquitoes. It's most of the parasites. And I would like to make 2 comments about the things that you said. One about the diet is, and it took me a long time to learn this, I guess with the brain fog and just so many ideas being thrown at me, that, you know, stage 1 of the diet isn't permanent. It's only until you can get your body to heal enough that you can start reintroducing foods. So if you go on the diet, you're not going to be on it forever as far as stage 1. You know, if you get on it, your body can heal, then you can start adding food back in. And
that's an excellent point.
And number 2 is with the eyes. I haven't used the silver in my eyes. I used it around my eyes, and it burned the skin around my eyes, and it didn't stop the parasites. But the one thing that does work for my eyes is using like 1 drop of the Nature's Gift in distilled water, in a cup of distilled water, and then doing the eye wash, and it pulls everything out of my eyes. The Nature's Gift sobriety soap is wonderful for that.
Oh, yeah. I have 3 different bottles of Nature's Gift, spray bottles right next to me at all times. I mean, all of Richard's skin products, that's the only thing that works for me.
Yeah,
I just noticed.
Yeah. Thank you. While we're talking about my products, let me just make a statement here. I'm not here today, none of us are here today to sell anybody on my products, okay? This program is free. My book is free. Book on Lyme disease is free. When the War of the Mite is free. All the information is free. However, I do ask you that you do support our store, because it's through the support of our store that I can be here and be part of this. So, but we're not here to sell. Thank you.
So, a couple of questions. You had mentioned Nature's Gift hormone parasite formula. Is that the same as the deriding soap that you mix with water and spray on your skin? Is that the same thing?
No, the pheromones are a new product that have nothing to do with Nature's Gift. Nature's Gift debriding soap is a concentrate that is available in different sizes and different concentrations, and It is used in all of our creams and lotions except for Claudia's Dream Cream. But it is the best in the world. The pheromones is simply something else. But as Mary was sharing, she takes her bath using the Nature's Gift and a disinfectant to see in the bath water. 2 capfuls of Nature's Gift is like a dilution ratio of 1 to 28,000, and it's just not strong enough to kill anything. So chapter 3, it's about all the disinfectants that you can use, some essential oils. She mentioned 3 essential oils that she uses. People use peroxide, people use apple cider vinegar. So chapter 3 is quite detailed. It tells you all the different disinfectants you can use, which ones you can mix together, and even which ones you can't mix together.
Okay. So you have the Nature's Gift deriding soap and the Nature's Gift hormone parasite formula. They're different. Okay. All right.
Well,
second question.
The Nature's Gift herbal parasite formula doesn't have the Nature's Gift in it. It's just using our trade name. It's an herbal supplement that we put together, and it's about maybe 6 or 7 herbs that reduce dopamine uptake in the brain, and it replaces the need that we used to depend on some medications to do that, but we no longer really need to use the medications. The herbal formula does a pretty good job.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So, second question that she had mentioned using the pheromones oil on her after a bath. I've been doing this, a patient of ours was doing the spray, the deriding soap mixed with water, diluted, and then spray on the skin. Do you do that as well as the hormones, or?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we call a body wipe. So there are different ways and different things that you use. So let me the idea is for people in the very beginning who are driven crazy with these organisms, as it's like driving an automobile with 3 or 4 clutches. Simultaneously is to make the diet work. Then clean your body with the debriding soap. Now, we recommend 3 baths a day. That's to get from one bath to the next bath with relatively little skin discomfort. And then along with the first order comes a little pen sprayer, 10 milliliter. And you put about, 8 or 10 drops in this pen sprayer, fill it up with water. You take that with you through the day. You can, if you feel any itching around your ankles or around your elbows or anywhere, you just squirt it on and rub it in. Alternatively to that, you can use any of our skin creams or lotions. Our skin cream is available. We have mouthwash. It's a mouthwash / body wipe. It's a little more concentrated version of the solution with Nature's Gift. Has cinnamon in it, peppermint in it, ionic minerals for healing properties. So there are many different things that they can use during the day, any skin discomfort. Someone mentioned earlier she doesn't go anywhere without having it with her. I mean, even after people get their lives back and are no longer plagued by these organisms, you still want to have it with you because there are bee bites, insect bites, there are poison ivy, all kinds of stuff you can come upon that are going to cause skin eruptions, and it's perfect for everything.
The pheromones that are in Richard's store, I mean, you can go anywhere and buy pheromones, but I really researched this because I'm so sensitive to so many things that the reason that I picked this particular brand is because it's colorless and it's odorless, and a lot of the pheromones for females have a scent, which my body doesn't do well with scents. But also, the massage oil with the pheromones in it. You don't have to buy it specifically for men or women. You can just buy it and it works. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female.
Okay, great. Just thank you for that. A quick question: what are springtails? I haven't heard the term before. What did you mean by that?
Okay, springtails go by many different names. Snow fleas is one name. Columbella is the technical name. There are about 6,000 different species. Generally, they live outside. They help to get rid of organic matter like leaves and things like that. They deteriorate them. It seems that there's about 19 varieties out of the 6,000 that have somewhat an affinity for human flesh. Now, much of the literature says that springtails cannot bite because they have no mouth. And that literature is flawed, because if you look at the real information and the microscopy of springtails, their mouth parts can be withdrawn. So typically, when you see a springtail, they're rod-shaped, about maybe 250 to 300 angstroms in length, and they have a spring like a hinge like in the middle. So when they sense fear, or when you're in an area, or if they sense your pheromones or whatever, they spring up. They can spring up as high as maybe a foot to maybe tops about maybe 14 inches from where you are. So when somebody has these organisms and they take up residence in the human skin, and what they are then is they are a walking, talking breeding machine. They jump off of that individual onto other people, onto the environment, and can then be jump back onto the individual and reinfect them.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you for that. I didn't know. Now I do. I haven't read the King Diet yet. I'm very new. I just found you guys like a week and a half ago. What would you say, like a couple of the key diet points? Is it similar to like the no caffeine, no sugar, like all the other parasitic diets?
Completely different. No oils. Okay. No oils except for real butter, rice bran oil, or animal fat. Okay? That's unlike any other diet. No other diet is that restrictive. And even as Mary shared, she had trouble with, each of us are different. This works for like 95, 98%. But the idea is to keep a diary and see how you react to the foods that you eat and eliminate the ones that are a problem. So the diet is right on for about 95, 98% of the people, but such as Mary shared, she can't have oils, and she's not the only one. She can't have the rice bran oil or even rice, and she can't deal with lard, butter. So then there's no fruit except for lime and lemon. No fruit until you get to stage 2, which is bananas. You can add bananas and green apples. So it's a diet with 3 stages. It is very, very strict. It's not for the lighthearted. This is for a true commitment.
So,
all right.
So that like sugar in general and caffeine in general is not. Those aren't.
No, caffeine is no problem. Caffeine is no problem. Nicotine is no problem. Sugar, big problem. No sugar substitutes. Only real stevia with no ingredients like sugar. Stevia. You got to look at the ingredients. We have the good stevia.
You're saying no fruit, so no sugar from the cane as well, like no sugar?
No cane sugar, no sugar at all. No, nothing with oil.
That makes perfect sense. Just really quick, one last thing. I know I've asked her a lot, and thank you. Lyme disease. Some people are saying are theorizing that this is an extension of Borrelia. Like Borrelia somehow makes these fibers. Do you have any thoughts on that? I know that this whole area is mysterious, but I just thought I would ask that.
Well, when you look at the research that's published on Charles Holman Foundation, the researchers there, Strickland and Middleveen, find that 90% of the people with Morgellons have one of 2 forms of Lyme disease. Lyme disease almost killed me 12, 13 years ago. I was dramatic. It was bad news. And I had just beaten the skin parasites only to be consumed by Lyme disease. Fortunately for me, I discovered the benefit of boosting glutathione. I discovered the benefit of a product that we have in the store called Garcillin, which is allicin, acillin. I don't know how it's pronounced correctly, but it's a natural antibiotic. So our Pack of Life multiple vitamins are designed for Lyme disease by a researcher in the UK, along with our minerals and our boosting glutathione. Seems to be taking care of it for most of our people. It's, I actually boosting glutathione,
and then you said there was what was the natural antibiotic?
We call it Garcillin, but technically it's allicin or acillin. I don't know the correct pronunciation of it.
The extract from garlic. Allicin.
That's right. As soon as you open a garlic clove, it's immediately destroyed, but these researchers in the UK figured out how to stabilize it. So one capsule, they claim, has the equivalent of 35 cloves of garlic in terms of the allicin equivalent.
Right, and you sell that as part of the.
It's called our Pack of Life program, which is the multiple vitamin, the mineral. We use a glutathione booster. We don't go with glutathione by itself because it's a large molecule that's largely destroyed by the stomach. So we go with a formula developed by a researcher in Japan who bonded L-cysteine with L-V-ribose. And that allows it to get right into the cell and build the glutathione molecule.
Okay, great. So this is pretty consistent with Lyme. If 90% of Morgellons people have one variety, but you're saying it's one of the 4 varieties. It's not always Borrelia, or it's only Borrelia part of the time.
Well, there are several types. There are various strains. They found 90% have one of 2 strains of Borrelia.
Oh, okay. So 90% of the people
with Morgellons have one of 2 strains. One of the 2 strains.
One of 2 strains of Borrelia.
That's correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then, of course, when we're dealing with this, we have other complications. Bartonella. We have all kinds. In fact, in our blog, if you go back in our blog, it was, and if you go back to the Mother's Day post, you'll see Morgellons undressed. Morgellons by itself is not a big deal, but when you bring along all the cofactors, whether it be Lyme disease, intestinal parasites, Strongyloides cervicalis, rosebush disease, when you bring along, it has a list of probably 15 or 20 different cofactors that oftentimes can be in one's body without any problems or any symptoms. And you bring along Morgellons disease and you have the perfect storm of disease.
Right.
So once you take care of the cofactors, Morgellons disease is often pretty easy to deal with. The protocol that I have is pretty well aimed at probably 80 or 90% of all the cofactors that are out there. And of course, we discover cofactors as we go along, rare diseases that people can contract and complicate, river blindness, things like that. So, but that's what our protocol deals with.
Oh, great. Your books are available. Are they PDF, on your site, or how do I get the book? I ordered the soap.
You should have, as soon as you got the soap, you should have gotten an email immediately that had a download page where you can go download the book and the diet.
Oh, okay. I have to look in my email then.
Or you can return any email that you get from me. It comes directly to me, even though it comes from our email service, and I will respond and give you the attachments. Okay, thank you very much. Keep coming back. We're here to support you.
Thanks so much.
I don't know. I think I have a bunch of things wrong with me, plus I have medical things wrong with me. I've had whatever this is for over 20 years. At first, when this first started, it was just horrifying. It has tapered off. I've been working at this like forever, over 20 years. And they're fibers that come out of my skin when I take a shower. I've got a couple of your products I use, and you know, the itching and the crawling and the biting has kind of stopped. But I can kind of sense where something is at night, and like I'll run my foot over it and it'll kind of like snap or something. And I have Crohn's disease. I have diverticulitis.
Well,
I don't mess with my eyes.
Yes, let's go back. As far as Crohn's disease and things of that nature, that's a little bit out of my bailiwick. I could address that issue in detail, though. But have you made the diet work?
I'm working at yes. I mean, I also have a kind of a specific diet for Crohn's. So it's really kind of a combination of two. But I can kind of get them to coincide.
Well, they will. They will coincide very nicely, because there's nothing that's on my diet that you can't have with Crohn's, as far as I understand. Yeah. My diet would be a perfect diet for Crohn's. Fish and things like that would be great for Crohn's disease. Okay.
Right. I know quite a bit of that, but I'll tell you, these have tapered off, but they don't totally go away. At first, I had so many fibers coming out, it really freaks me out, and I do get kind of hyper talking about it and thinking about it, because it's just been horrifying.
Now, how long have you been in the program? How long have you been working on making the diet work? How long have you been doing this?
I don't know. It's been like about maybe 5-6 months, something like that.
All right, good. And how are you doing in terms of are you taking one bath a day with the Nature's Gift? What are you doing there?
Well, I've been taking the bath, or sometimes I use it in the shower. I'll, rub it on my body, and I have the shower gel and that mouthwash. It works pretty good. When I had one spot that was kind of like a sore, where here seemed a few fibers seemed to be coming out of, and I think I kind of got that under control. And I don't have nowhere near as many fibers coming out of my body when I take a shower to thoroughly gross me out.
Okay, good. That's progress.
And pneumonia. When I got a perm and use a perm and I get my hair colored, usually if I just get it colored, it's fine. But when I got that perm with the ammonia, I'll tell you, my head was itching like crazy.
I'm not familiar with the perm with ammonia. Do you know what she's talking about, Mary?
I haven't had a perm in years, but I do know.
I'll never get another one.
All right, so we'll take that off the table. That's a non-issue. So people listening, don't stay away from getting perms for now.
I think so. I swore a lot before, but I don't know. It just seemed to draw them out.
All right, now you are progressing. So what is the issue that we can help you with now?
Well, to get rid of these fibers, I mean, I'd really like to totally kind of get rid of them. They've tapered off a lot. At first, it was really horrible. I mean, I had a gazillion. I don't know if that's Morgellons or what. And then I had some of my teeth pulled. I had to get a few teeth pulled because I fell flat on my face. And he gave me some antibiotic and 2 different antibiotics. Finally, the first time he neglected to do it and let me know. And I haven't gotten off the toilet since he gave me those. I'm going to have to call my gastroenterologist tomorrow to find out.
Yeah, well, that's something that's beyond this purview. In terms of,
But it's something that's coming out,
well, yes,
of my.
how many years have you had this problem?
What, Crohn's?
How many? No. We're talking about Morgellons. How many years have you had Morgellons?
I've had it for like over 20 years.
Okay.
My grandson is 24 now, and I've had it for at least 20 years.
So give yourself 1 full year. Keep doing it. Stick with the diet. Are you on stage 2 yet, or are you still trying to make stage 1 work?
Yeah, I've kind of gone past that, and I'm on 2. Yeah.
All right. Well, the idea is to keep the diet working. If you are eating things and you're noticing symptoms of itching and biting, well, then you're not being really strict with the diet. You need to back out a little bit.
Right.
I mean, it's not
I don't
uncommon.
have so much of that, but it's those fibers that I do. But those have really kind of tapered off quite a bit. So I don't know. Maybe I am making some progress. I just had them for too long.
From what you're saying, you are making progress. You said you're making progress. Okay.
Unbelievably so, I guess.
So,
yeah.
Yep. Keep at it.
It's been too long. It's just been way too long with this, and with having other issues too to deal with, it is. It's
a lot
horrible.
of stress. I know. Okay, so thank you for keep coming back. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. You're going to get there. Okay, thank you.